Good evening. With President Obama just hours away from delivering his final State of the Union speech in the Capitol behind me, the White House is right now consumed with a potential new international crisis that threatens to overshadow that speech. 10 American sailors and their boats are being held right now by Iran, seized after the Americans apparently drifted into Iranian waters in the Persian Gulf. It happened around noon Eastern time. Since then, there has been a flurry of diplomatic contact, and now late word that Iran may also be moving to quickly try and resolve this crisis. Let's get the very latest from our Pentagon correspondent, Jim Miklaszewski.
Two heavily armed U.S. Navy riverine boats like these, with 10 U.S. sailors, 9 men and 1 woman, were headed for Bahrain when they ran into trouble and the Iranians. U.S. military officials tell NBC News one of the boats reportedly developed mechanical problems. Both boats drifted off course into Iranian territorial waters off the island of Farsi in the middle of the Persian Gulf. According to the officials, the Iranian Coast Guard quickly seized the 2 boats. Iran claims once ashore that 10 Americans were turned over to the notorious Revolutionary Guard.
Any situation like this is far more difficult to resolve when it becomes public.
The seizure of the sailors and their boats sent immediate shockwaves through Washington, and the timing could not have been worse. With only hours before President Obama's State of the Union address, U.S. officials say the Iranians acknowledged it was an accident and that the 10 Americans would be released back to the U.S. U.S. officials say the Iranians acknowledged it was an accident and that the 10 Americans would be released back to the U.S.
U.S. authorities have been in touch with Iranian officials who have confirmed for us a couple of things. First, they've confirmed that our sailors are safe, and they've assured us that our sailors will be allowed to resume their journey promptly.
If not, it could cost Iran billions of dollars in the nuclear deal with the U.S. to be implemented at the end of this week.
For Iran to do anything but to return the people and the equipment immediately would be a blatant slap in the American face.
Only 2 weeks ago. And U.S. officials now say, despite their assurances, those 10 Americans will not be released by the Iranians tonight, raising concerns here that the detention for those Americans could drag on for days. Lester.
Jim Miklaszewski. Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.